Amidst increasing reports that Donald Trump and Elon Musk are breaking up but hoping to remain friends, we're actually starting to see signs that Musk is publicly defying Trump in a roundabout way on the topic of tariffs. Those tariffs, by the way, having eliminated $12 billion of Musk's net worth in a single day. That might be why he's pissed. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. All right, friends, as we've discussed, there are increasing reports that the Musk-Trump alliance is splitting and will radically reconfigure, that Musk will no longer have an active day-to-day role in the federal government. Okay, I'm sure they will remain ideologically and politically aligned, but any distance between Musk and Trump is good for the country, okay? And I suppose with this distance comes a sense of liberation, of freedom, and Musk is attacking a top Trump advisor over the tariffs, and by extension, ultimately Trump himself. As Mediaite reports, Musk took multiple shots at Peter Navarro in reaction to a clip of the trade advisor defending Donald Trump's tariffs amidst steep declines in the stock market. Musk has remained fairly silent on Trump's tariff announcement as stocks, including Musk's, have taken major hits. Tesla stock fell by 10% on Friday, erasing billions in Musk's wealth. Markets closed on Friday with the week marking the worst trading week in 5 years. Switch over real quick and let's focus real quick on the impact on Musk and Tesla, and then we'll return to the shots that Musk took at Peter Navarro. Also, as Mediaite reports, Tesla drops over 10%, outpacing market bloodbath and erasing $12 billion of Musk's wealth in just one day. The bloodbath in the markets in the wake of Trump's new tariffs hit Musk's Tesla especially hard Friday, knocking the price down over 10% and evaporating with it a chunk of the world's richest man's wealth. It went through the Rose Garden thing, blah, 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 where Trump made his announcement. The markets were rattled after Trump's plans were confirmed, with U.S. stock futures plummeting in after-hours trading and continuing to have historically bad days on Thursday and Friday. Even a number of Republicans have spoken out to criticize the tariffs as causing unnecessary economic harm. Shares of Tesla Incorporated were down 10.42% on Friday. The company had already been reeling from crashing sales worldwide amid backlash to Musk's increased political involvement in far-right causes, protests at Tesla showrooms, and yet another embarrassing recall last month, which we talked about, the Cybertruck. According to multiple reports, Musk owns about 411 million shares of Tesla stock, which is 12.8% of all shares. A large portion of those shares was pledged as part of the collateral for his purchase of Twitter, which he rebranded as X. And while the exact number of collateralized shares, the loan-to-value ratio in his agreements with lenders, and the exact stock price that could trigger a margin call are not publicly known, it is potentially a significant problem for him. Using the round number of exactly 411 million shares for simplicity's sake, that means that Musk's Tesla stock was worth almost 109,852,080,000, or nearly 110 billion, when the markets closed yesterday. Today's closing price of $239.43 means that Musk shares were worth 98,405,730,000, or about 98 billion, a loss of about $12 billion in one day. Since the markets closed, Tesla has dropped another 0.49% in after-hours trading as of the time of publication, losing Musk another $500 million. Yikes. Again, as a direct consequence of the Trump tariff. So consider that, keep that in mind, and let's return to the story about Musk and Peter Navarro. Navarro, a senior counselor to the president, has been among the White House officials passionately defending the tariff strategy, insisting a manufacturing boom in the United States is on the way. In multiple X posts, Musk replied to a CNN clip of Navarro defending the tariff strategy by calling out Navarro for not building shit and mocking his education. In the clip, Navarro spoke with CNN's Phil Mattingly and argued that past trade deals transferred too much wealth abroad. So we'll play that clip because this is the thing that Musk is so virulently reacting to, and then we'll take a look at his explicit reactions.
You did such an interesting job of running the numbers. Why don't we stick with that for a minute so I can walk you through it? You did it from an intelligent layperson's point of view. Let me kind of give you the economist tools, because it's based on concepts like export and import demand elasticities, currency adjustments, and things like that. But here's the analytical issue we're trying to do under the principle that the president wants to charge those countries what they charge us. As you pointed out, Vietnam has applied tariff rate. It's much larger than ours, but doesn't come near the tariff we've charged them. So,
Right.
question is, how do you value the following, Phil? So let me count the ways. You got to value currency manipulation. You got to value the VAT tax distortions, dumping, export subsidies, technical barriers to trade, agricultural barriers to trade, quotas, bans, counterfeiting, intellectual property theft, and all of that. So here's the punchline. If you look at the trade deficit, which every country runs from us, the first thing economists should tell you, ask the next one you have on your show, should the U.S. have chronic and sustained trade deficits?
No, there's a
according to
belief it should
economic
have
theory,
equilibrium.
they should not. So
Right.
what the trade deficit does for any given country, it's the sum of all cheating. It's the sum of all unfair trade practices. And in a national emergency where the trade deficit itself is the national emergency and security threat because it takes our factories, our jobs, and transfers wealth abroad, the reciprocal tariff is that which reduces the trade deficit with each country.
So,
All right. That was the clip. You can do the Navarro thing here. That was the clip that Musk was responding to. Okay. And again, it's a little blunt. Musk was apparently left unimpressed with the fellow Trump advisor. Quote, a PhD in econ from Harvard is a bad thing, not a good thing. Results in the ego brains greater than one problem. In response to someone arguing that Navarro is correct in his analysis, Musk simply wrote, quote, he ain't built shit. Navarro's 100% correct, PhD or no PhD here, just been obsessed with trade for quite a while. He ain't built shit. And Saturday, Navarro again argued that the drop in the markets is part of a restructuring of the economy. Trust in Trump, Navarro said, insisting everything is going to be fine, especially if the media calms down over plummeting stocks. It doesn't look like Elon Musk is calm. Looks like Elon Musk is pretty pissed at people advising Trump to proceed full steam ahead with these tariffs. Although some of the reporting indicates, just by the way, that Trump made that decision himself. That Trump, had it. He just followed his own instincts. He followed his own internal compass and wasn't really deferring to Navarro or Scott Bessent or Howard Lutnick or anybody. They're just sent out there to try to massage the rhetoric and the PR around Trump's unilateral decision. But Musk isn't happy, and he obviously doesn't feel bold enough to take a direct pot shot, rhetorically speaking, at Donald Trump. But by attacking Navarro here, who's simply going out and trying to carry Trump's message and defend Trump's agenda, Musk is ultimately attacking Trump as well over these tariffs. And again, it makes sense when you think about it that the Trump tariffs eliminated $12 billion in Musk's net worth in a single day. Who knows what the hell will happen after a week? But there we are. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.